What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode. This is the project car. Yes, I bought a Mini Cooper S, and I actually think it's the cheapest one around in Switzerland. So, first, come on, let's take it for a drive. So, this is a Mini Cooper S from the year 2003. It's got about 215,000 kilometers, which is about, I think, 160,000 miles. I don't know. And as I said, I actually think this is the cheapest one around. The last time I looked, I saw a non-S Mini Cooper for about 1,500 Swiss francs. And how much I paid, that's something I'm going to tell you in a bit. But let's first talk about this car. I've got this car already since September, as I told you in my last video. And from September I was busy with building my dream garage. I saw this car at a dealership, passed by it a couple of times. And after 2 weeks I thought, well, maybe nobody owns this car. I kind of like the car. I mean, I like the looks of the Mini Cooper. I just went inside and asked what's wrong with the car, or does nobody want to buy it? And they actually told me, well, the car is actually for export because it's way too expensive to repair this car. And as you know, so that's how I got the car. Bought the car in September, drove it 2.5 kilometers back home, and it stood in a shed for about 5 months now. This actually is the first time driving since September. This is a Mini Cooper S with a 1.6 liter supercharged engine. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can actually hear the supercharger quite well. Which I find kind of awesome. This is actually the first generation after the original Mini Cooper. I consider this car still pretty small. It's actually a lot bigger than the first gen, but the handling of this Mini Cooper after 230,000 kilometers actually is not bad. Like, this car handles pretty good. The Mini Coopers are known for their Go-Kart like feeling. You don't have to brake for the car, or maybe I'm just going too slow, but you can just throw this car around and you can do left, right. It's incredible. Suspension actually feels quite stiff, but I do feel that the suspension is kind of worn out, so we have to address that. This car is just great fun. It's lightweight. It has 2,200 kilograms. It's got a 6-speed manual, supercharged engine. These cars are so much fun to drive. Like, listen to this! And you can just throw it here around the corner, drive up this mountain pass. These tires are pretty short, they don't hold grip very well, but you can just throw it around. Like, it doesn't care. You can just put it in the corner exactly where you want. Man, this car is fun. Like, you can shred up this mountain. Incredible. Yeah, I honestly never expected this car to be this much fun. If I look at the BMW, like, yeah, sure, that car has more power, but it is also more weight, and you can just feel the agility of this car. You can just roar up the engine. Man, this is fun. And something which is pretty fun about this car is the throttle response is quite instant. So you can put your foot down. Like, come on, you can't tell me this isn't fun. Like, the car has 160 horsepower. It's like... It's just crazy. Also, fun fact, Mini is owned by BMW, as you can see here. Here it says Bayerische Motorenwerke AG, made by BMW. So you get BMW engineering with less quality. But you've got these cool gauges here, which makes you feel like you're in Top Gun. Interior wise, you've got this cool gauge here, which is your speedometer. Your rev range is here, which is also kind of cool. For the rest, it's just cheap plastic and it just rattles everywhere. And you've got the feeling like you can pull everything apart. Let's see what if this car is salvageable and head back into the garage. you're probably asking why this car was so cheap. Well, it got a few issues. We have rust, more rust, which you can peel off. We've got more rust that somebody already tried to hide, as you can see. Somebody tried to hide this with a wrap. Awesome. And we've got weight reduction rust. You can actually poke your screwdriver through it. Yeah, I think this needs some fixing. The clutch is pretty much gone. Remember how they teach you in driving school how you should not drive a manual car, releasing the clutch first and then giving it some gas? Well, that's exactly what you need to do with this car, otherwise it's gonna stall. Tires are also dead and the car just understeers like crazy, which of course it is a front wheel driven car, but it shouldn't really understeer that much. Underneath the car, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe we've got a whole subframe we gotta replace. I don't know. Oh, and also gearbox, it doesn't really change gears easily. You like put it in. But to be fair, for 800 Swiss francs, there isn't really much you can say. It drives, it runs, I can drive it. The AC works, the heated seats also work, surprisingly. We'll see where this journey takes us. So let's go back to the garage and have a look around the car. First thing we notice is the line for the head washer fluids is disconnected, which is not a bad thing. I hate those things. Or this car had headlights with washers put in other headlights, which I actually think happened here. Coolant tank is empty.
Disgusting!
Looks dirty as well. Power steering fluid is also pretty old and looks pretty dirty. It's brown. Intake pipe got some electrical tape around it. The engine doesn't appear to leak anywhere, or belts are, I think, I don't know if you can see it, they are a bit worn. Exhaust just looks a little bit rusty, but doesn't appear to be damaged. Here on the cap, doesn't look bad. Brakes, well, just general fluid we need to change. I probably will find some more stuff, but from now it really doesn't look that bad. So yeah, let's have a look underneath the car. So at the front of the engine there appears to be an oil leak. Splashed all the way back there. Power steering pump actually looks good. I don't know if there should be an under tray under here. It looks like something broke off. Suspension, old and rusty. We'll have to take a detailed look when we take off the car. At the back, looks kind of the same. Rear suspension. This doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. And up here, that also doesn't really look nice. As I said, wheel bearing is probably shot. Yeah, I think it's the wheel bearing, since you only hear it when the car is driving. The rear subframe is just kind of rusty, but fortunately the chassis isn't rusted. So what's the idea? Well, this car has to come in for inspection on the 17th of May. Today is the 7th of April. The way it works in Switzerland is cars like this, or older cars, have to come in for inspection every 2 years. Same goes for the BMW. So when the car is new, the first inspection is in 5 years. The second inspection is in 3 years, and then you have a periodic inspection every 2 years. Since COVID, there have been in delay, so it's already been about almost 4 years since this car got in for inspection. So the 17th of May is my first major deadline. So for the first, I'm just going to address the easy, low-cost things to fix. That means we've got to treat the rust like right here. We've got to fix the wheel bearing, new tires, get the coolant up top, get new fluids in the car. I think we have to put in a new clutch. I think the suspension parts can pass the inspection. When the car doesn't pass the inspection, you have to get like a deadline of where you need to fix these things, otherwise the car is not street legal. I kind of want to just go to inspection and see what happens, and then I know exactly what I need to fix. What I want to do in this video now is just look how bad the rust is on the trunk. Hood, it's not that bad, we can just sand it off. On the door, and here underneath the tail light. So I can either buy a new door and a new trunk from a salvage yard, or I can just fix it myself. So let's keep going. Let's get moving. Let's remove the rear tail light. Let's remove the bumper so you can see if there's some rust underneath the bumper. Let's remove this dangly stuff from the rear trunk. Let's remove the trunk covers inside. Maybe we're going to remove the door today. Otherwise we're going to do it tomorrow. Let's get going. Is this thing on? Oh, okay, we're starting. Oh, so the rear light was attached with this bolt. Why am I stroking it so weird? And also, man, could you just like lay it down when you're showing stuff? Thanks. Well, there are these clips, which just almost broke my fingers when I took it out. Well, you see there's a big rust hole. Nothing to worry about, we'll fix that later. Rear bumper is attached with these two bolts. And here in the wheel arches from behind the back, just have to yeet this all out, and then there's a bolt underneath and you can just screw it off. Also, there's something underneath the car, I don't know yet. We're going to dismount the bumper. So now we can look if there is rust underneath the bumper. Bumper is really easy to move. Gonna undo these two screws on both sides. In the wheel arch there's one, and where the exhaust is also one, and then you just have to unplug the Formula 1 style rear light. Also, we moved the covers on the inside of the trunk. Well, here it looks quite bad. Thing is, it's rusting a little bit on the inside as well. Remove all of this old crusty rust and see how big this hole gets. And then we'll just sand it down a bit, remove the rust. And yeah, we'll see how it looks after that. I think it's fixable. We'll see. Just gonna try this Bondo, and if it doesn't work, I have to cut some sheet metal and weld something in. On the trunk, wire brushed all the rust away, so we can also put some rust stopper on here and then Bondo it up. So I've removed the door. Yeah, it's not worth it saving the door since the rust goes all the way around here. Underline the door and up here. You could sand away all the rust, but the problem is you can never get rid of all the rust inside of these niches and everywhere. So yeah, I think I'm just going to shop for a new door. So yeah, did the trunk. Look. Hell. So we know what kind of condition the Mini Cooper is. Maybe we can save it, maybe I can't save it. I'm going to try to repair it. I'm going to leave the trunk as it is. Try to repair it with Bondo, and if it starts rusting again, just buy a new trunk. I hope I can fully repair the stuff under the rear tail light. Going to try it with Bondo. If it's not working, we have to sheet metal something in there. Gotta learn how to weld and stuff. Well, thanks for watching. Next episode is going to be repairing this Mini Cooper. I've gotta go shopping for a lot of parts. Gotta get this car ready for inspection. If you like this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, if you want to go this journey with me. And I'll see you in the next one. Tschüss!